Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you prefer using public transportation or having a private vehicle for your daily commute? Provide specific reasons to support your answer.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
I prefer using public transportation for my daily commute. There are a couple of reasons for this choice. Firstly, it's cost-effective. Having a private vehicle involves costs like maintenance, fuel, insurance, whereas in public transportation, I pay only for tickets, which are much cheaper. It also helps me read, relax, or even work while commuting, which is quite impossible if driving a private vehicle. Secondly, it's environmentally friendly. Public transportation carries many more people in one trip compared to a private vehicle. This means fewer cars on the road, less traffic, less air pollution. Lastly, it saves me the stress of finding a parking space, which can be very challenging in an urban city like mine. Therefore, these reasons make public transportation a better choice for me.
Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between two people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between two people.
Cliff, good luck in tomorrow's elections. I hope you get elected to the student council.
Thanks a lot, Wendy.
By the way, are those changes mentioned in the paper going to affect you in any way?
I'm afraid they might. I'm so mad the administration made these changes the day before the election.
How come?
First of all, now that the voting booth has been removed from the library, it means that fewer students are going to be able to vote.
Why do you think so?
Lots of students spend nearly the entire day in the library. They don't have time to go elsewhere to vote, so many of them won't participate in the election at all.
Aha, that makes sense.
And it's not right that voting is going to end early at the cafeteria. Remember, the cafeteria is located near the dorms, so students living in them can easily walk over and vote there. But the student center is practically on the other side of campus. Many students won't want to go there to vote at night.
I hadn't considered that.
The man expresses his opinion about the article in the school newspaper. Explain his opinion and the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The man thinks that the changes mentioned in the article are not good. He is upset that the administration made these changes right before the election. He believes that removing the voting booth from the library will make it harder for students to vote because many students spend all day there and won't have time to go somewhere else to vote. He thinks that this will lead to fewer students participating in the election. He also disagrees with the decision to end voting early at the cafeteria. He points out that the cafeteria is close to the dorms, so students living there can easily go and vote. On the other hand, the student center is far away from the dorms and many students won't want to go there to vote at night. He feels that these changes are unfair and will negatively affect the student council elections.
Speaking Task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
A good example of post-impressionism is Vincent van Gogh's work. Van Gogh felt that the Impressionists did not go far enough in their depictions of light and color, and he sought to imbue his work with more feeling, more emotion. Instead of painting exactly what he saw, he would exaggerate the colors, objects, and details in order to more effectively convey the mood or feeling he wanted to express. His most famous painting, Starry Night, showcases this perfectly. Through his over-exaggerated, swirling brush strokes and his disposition towards vibrant and not necessarily realistic colors, one cannot mistake his emotions and thoughts behind the painting. Thus, Van Gogh's work certainly reflects the post-impressionist tendency of exploring the potential of colors and forms to express one's inner world, emphasizing symbolic, personal meanings, rather than the literal depiction of the visual world.
How does Van Gogh's work, particularly Starry Night, exemplify the post-impressionism movement?
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Van Gogh's work, especially his painting Starry Night, exemplifies the post-impressionism movement because he wanted to show more emotion and feeling in his art, unlike the Impressionists. He used exaggerated colors, objects, and details to convey the mood or feeling he wanted to express. In Starry Night, he used swirling brush strokes and vibrant colors that are not necessarily realistic. This painting shows his emotions and thoughts behind it. Post-impressionism focused on exploring the potential of colors and forms to express one's inner world and personal meanings. Van Gogh's work, like Starry Night, emphasizes these aspects rather than simply depicting the visual world. In this way, his work reflects the characteristics of the post-impressionism movement.
You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
Inequalities in the education system have long been a focus of sociological research, revealing the way that educational opportunities and outcomes can reflect and reinforce broader social inequalities. Now, one key concept here is something we call hidden curriculum. The hidden curriculum refers to the informal and often unspoken lessons that children learn in school, beyond the standard coursework. These lessons can include social norms, values, and beliefs that are communicated through interactions with teachers and peers, the rules and regulations of the school, and everyday classroom activities. Studies have shown that the hidden curriculum can have a significant impact on children's educational development, their attitudes towards learning, and their overall socialization. In many cases, it can perpetuate the existing inequalities within the education system. For instance, children from lower socioeconomic backgrounds may face more disciplinary actions in school compared to their wealthier counterparts, exposing them to the notion that they are bad or misfit students. This can lead to long-lasting impacts on their self-esteem and their attitudes towards education, which in turn can contribute to worse educational outcomes. Therefore, it's imperative that educators are mindful of these hidden lessons, treating all students equitably regardless of their socioeconomic background.
Explain the concept of hidden curriculum and how it contributes to inequalities in the education system. Include points from the lecture.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The hidden curriculum is the informal and unspoken lessons that children learn in school, apart from their regular coursework. These lessons include social norms, values, and beliefs that they pick up from their interactions with teachers and peers, as well as the school rules and everyday classroom activities. The lecture states that the hidden curriculum can have a significant impact on children's education and overall socialization. It can reinforce existing inequalities within the education system. For example, students from lower socioeconomic backgrounds may face more discipline in school, which makes them feel like they are bad or misfit students. This can negatively affect their self-esteem and attitude towards education, leading to worse academic outcomes. It is important for educators to be aware of these hidden lessons and treat all students equally, regardless of their socioeconomic background, in order to create a fairer education system.